Iman Shumpert, once a Knick, always a Knick, Ban McMahon, and his first appearance, he waited until the Knicks were up 2-0 in the finals, Mr. Stephen A. Smith. What are your emotions right now?
I'm relieved. I would have told you I would be ecstatic and through the moon if they had maintained the 14-point lead, held on to it in that regard, and then they just coasted to a Game 2 victory. But to give up that 14-point lead, I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, they were about to send the medics after me back there. I had to leave, and then I walked back. I was going back and forth because one area they was up 12, another area they was up 14, another area they was up 9, and I was trying to move away to get to the space where I was when they were up 14. That's how it is. It was that crazy, but they ultimately held on. Big time mistake between Wemby and Castle with that turnover after the rebound and what have you. And you just look at the New York Knicks. They got cold, they struggled, but in the end they held on. They're up 2-0. They're going to the Garden, and I don't believe this series is coming back to Texas. That's where I'm at with it. Now, I'll be more ecstatic tomorrow morning. Right now, I'm recovering.
But you've seen a lot of stuff in your career in the NBA in New York. I don't. This has not happened. This chance has not happened.
I will say this to you in all seriousness, hyperbole aside. It's like being born in the Bronx, raised in Hollis, Queens since I was 1 year old. New York is where I'm from. It's who I am. It's my whole life. And I already know what I'm going to see Monday night I have never seen in my lifetime, nor has any New Yorker seen in at least the last 53 years. I mean, 27 years ago, we were in the finals. We knew that we didn't have a snowball's chance in hell against the San Antonio Spurs with DR and Tim Duncan and the crew. 1994, we thought we had a chance, obviously. It goes 7. You see John Starks in Game 6, and he's balling. It was like, damn, he's that close. And then Game 7, Pat Riley, you're a quiet Rolando Blackman, but then you don't use him, and you just let John Starks go out there and shoot 2 for 18, 0 for 11, and never take him out the game. And it just broke all of our hearts. But that was the last time, 32 years ago, that we felt as a franchise we had a legitimate shot to win the championship. This is the closest we've been, and to be up 2-0 after 2 road victories, and for the next 2 games to be at the Garden, at Madison Square Garden, you got a chance not to even have to come back on the road to close them out and to feed off that adrenaline that New York, and when I say New York, I ain't talking about the Garden, I'm talking about the entire city. You're going to see it shaking, reverberating, you're going to see it all. To know that's coming, man, this is the closest we've been to a championship in over a half century. I can't even put into words what this feels like. I just can't. Can't.
Shump, okay. 2 games here. Both games, San Antonio's up.
Yes.
Inside 2 minutes to play.
Right.
After the Knicks blew big leads in both games.
Knicks don't have the momentum.
Well, let me say this to all of y'all, because y'all know, by the way, y'all do a hell of a job. I'm a fan of this show. I'm very proud of y'all. Y'all know that. Let me say this to y'all. We've seen a lot of teams. You see a lot of basketball. We know that the one thing this team is lacking is experience. So now I'm going to say to you what I just described they're going to encounter. You didn't win at home. Now you're going to go on the road in that environment with that youth. We've seen veterans fold at the Garden. What am I supposed to believe about youthful, exuberant, ignorant young dudes? And I say ignorant in a negative way. I'm just told they don't know. They don't know what they're about to encounter. This is different. And that is why I feel the way that I feel. It's not just because of basketball. It's about just the overwhelming effect of being at the Garden and what I believe that's going to have on these young brothers.
I don't even think Brunson's played that
well. No, 7 for 25 tonight.
No,
He shot 34.
He's had a poor shooting series that are up
34%.
Yes.
34%.
But that's part of the experience and the mental toughness. Most people, you go out there, you shoot it bad.
Yeah.
You don't have it going. At the end of the game, squeezing that trigger. Don't wanna pull it. Let me push it to somebody else.
You're not making a Dirk fadeaway. You're not making a Dirk fadeaway to tie the game with 40 seconds to go.
Aggressive and the Rockers now.
Yeah.
You're
not doing that.
You're not doing the confidence and the mentality to do that at the end of games, and for the rest of the team to say you don't have it going, we still gonna let you do this. It's a different type of way to leave up on the game. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's how they win it. Well,
yeah, but Brunson missed a couple of shots and missed a free throw. I mean, he walks out hitting the winning points in both games. I'm just saying, the Spurs had both games. They had the lead on their home court.
Can't rebound.
Brunson.
Listen, the Knicks took game one from the Spurs. The Spurs gave this one away. And it wasn't just the turnover, which is just a brain fart that you make worse with another brain fart with a foul 40 feet from the hoop. But Wemby took 2 god-awful shots in the last 2 minutes. The one at the buzzer was fine. That was a good look. You'll take that every time. The three-pointer that I think he even stepped out of bounds on was an awful shot, a wannabe hero shot. Yeah. The ISO where you got nothing on Mitch Robinson, you just jack up a bad mid-range. Those were immature plays.
He did have a great second half.
He had a great 2 quarters or 1 quarter and 10 minutes. The last 2 minutes, he stunk.
That's fair. That's
very. And this is a tough thing, though. When we put him in the conversations that we like to put him in, that's how we have to rate him. You get what I'm saying? It's like if seriously though, if it's a guy, if he was a rotational guy, we wouldn't be putting this.
That's true, but the other side to it is that, when Barkley and Shaq and them were up there arguing at halftime, Barkley reminded Shaq that he got swept before he won the championship. He was young and he wanted the finals against.
So did LeBron in 2007.
Exactly.
Those are the two analogs to Victor.
It's not an indictment.
Not at all.
Shaq in 95, LeBron in 07, Victor right now. I mean, I can't. I'm trying to push it away from my face.
But that's right. No, that's the through line. Like that's the through line.
The other thing that I'm paying attention to, and this is what has me a bit excited. Game 1, Josh Hart can't give you anything. OG Anunoby was spotty. Mikal Bridges only had 9 points, and they still won. And Brunson shot 12 of 31, right? Even though Cat was a model of consistency. Game 2 comes about. What happens? Mikal Bridges plays out of his mind. I made a lot of noise about him when he was struggling. And damn it, I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I stand by it. Damn it. What I was demanding is what he gave us tonight. That's what I want to see. That's the kind of thing that'll make me forget all the damn assets they gave up for you.
They win 2 more games.
I'll never bring it up again. I'll never bring it up again. But the point is that you saw him play. You saw Anunoby give you 17. Josh Hart still struggling, etc. And then Karl Anthony Towns, they forgot about him once he picked up his 4th foul. They put him to the bench.
The game changed.
He comes back in, and you still forget about him. You don't get him the ball.
After he kicked Wemby's ass the whole first half.
You did. So I'm looking at it, and then walked off the court and went like, he can't F with me. He can't F with me. So I'm looking at all
Karl Towns said those words.
That's right. Yes, he did. And I'm looking at it, and I'm saying to myself, all of this has happened, right? And you still won. You managed to win. Yeah. So I don't expect that to happen at the Garden. Familiar rims, familiar crowd, familiar noise. Even though it's going to be unlike anything anybody has seen, it's still somewhat familiar to the New York Knicks. It is nothing that the San Antonio Spurs are familiar with.
Yeah.
In all honesty, this might end up just being a learning experience for them. Like being in New York. Like, just take out of it what you can take out of it.
Time out. The one thing I am going to say is Victor Wembanyama over and over and over again has done things that we have never seen before.
That's fair.
So, and look, terrible last 2 minutes, missed a great look at the buzzer. I'm watching him walk off the floor. He's walking off the floor. He's clapping his hands. I could see him, I could see him already getting in the mode of we got to get ready for game 3. We got to, what do you tell Malika? Something like, if you don't know that something's impossible, you can do the impossible. They got to do the impossible now.
Well, they need to look at film and decide when they're going to get a rebound. They're playing small, and these second and third chances that the Knicks are getting them.
Tapping the ball out,
they are getting some of these times, it's like it's supposed to be one shot now.
Well, and if we're going to do that, the 7.5-foot alien's got to have a big rebounding game. He can't have a single-digit rebounding game, and he sure as hell cannot have a 4-shot first half.
Yeah. It's tough.
And they won and they lost the game tonight. De'Aaron Fox had a good game. He got hurt. You saw him a little bit gimpy at one point, but he still gave you 20. And then you got Dylan Harper, who's just an absolute stud. And one played 34 minutes, another played 32 minutes, so that's good. But you just look at San Antonio right now, and even though Wemby came on strong in the second half and what have you, they still lost this game. The New York Knicks are figuring out different ways to win. And game 2 was the game that you knew San Antonio had a level of urgency. They were on their home court. They were coming for you, and you still held them off. You had a lead in the first half. You had a lead late in the third quarter. I'm looking at those things, and I'm saying, if this happens at the Garden, San Antonio's not coming back from that.
Yeah.
All right, well, Congratulations to your daughter who's graduating tomorrow.
Word.
Save your
congrats, Stephen A. That's
save
awesome.
your energy over the weekend. 'Cause you need to rest up. Because you're going to need it next week.
Let me tell you something right now. I don't have to have any sleep before Monday.